Two important recommendations for dealing with samsara. By Krishna's mercy. Devi hiya esha gunmai, mam maya duritya, mam evya prapadyante, mayam etam tarantite. Quote, this divine energy of mine consisting of the three modes of material nature is difficult to overcome. But those who have surrendered unto me can easily cross beyond it. Lord Krishna, Bhagavad-gita 7:14. The Sanskrit word samsara refers to material existence, particularly referencing suffering. Sometimes there is an associated word chakra. The samsara chakra is like the wheel of suffering. The constant spinning depicts the cycle of rebirth, from birth to old age to disease to death, and then to birth again. This cycle occurs repeatedly, for as long as a specific desire remains. The Sanskrit word vishaya helps to explain that desire. Birth within the ocean of suffering, the samsara sagara, continues for as long as there is desire related to the sense objects. In that context, there are too many attachments to count. Like drawing a crosstab report, using all the permutations and combinations we know of, each coordinate represents a potential for attachment. Each attachment means staying anchored within the ocean of suffering. His Divine Grace A.C. Bhaktivedanta Swami Prabhupada offers two important pieces of advice. This is to help alleviate the suffering, more than bring it down to a tolerable level. If we follow the recommendations, then we will be completely out of the suffering, with the wheel of samsara finally stopping. 1. Don't try to stop the waves. This truth cannot be stressed enough. If we were to be reminded of this on a daily basis, the teaching would still never get old. We need to hear this, because our pursuit, since before we can remember, is to always think that there is a way to stop the waves. If we are stuck out at sea on a sturdy boat, but facing tumultuous conditions, through large and unpredictable waves, what can really be done? We can't stop the waves. There is simply no way. To think that changing the type of vehicles used, replacing the fuel burned by those vehicles, or paying more in taxes to the corrupt government will somehow eliminate the waves represents the height of foolishness. Sri Krishna reveals in Bhagavad-gita that the material energy is actually divine in nature. Those gunas, the three modes, are distinct from spirit, but they still have a single point of origin. Everything emanates from him. He is the cause of all causes, sarvakarana karanam. Ekadesh sthitasyagner, jyotsna vistarini yatha, parasya brahmanah shaktis, tathidam akhilam jagat. Quote, everything that is manifested within this cosmic world is but the energy of the Supreme Lord. As fire emanating from one place diffuses its illumination and heat all around, so the Lord, although situated in one place in the spiritual world, manifests his different energies everywhere. Indeed, the whole cosmic creation is composed of different manifestations of his energy. Vishnu Puran 122:52. That divine energy belonging to Krishna is difficult to overcome. We can think of it like being stuck in a prison facility. The walls are too high to scale. We can try our best. We might make it out through some effort and determination, but the material energy spans the scope of the entire universe. How can we possibly succeed in controlling something so vast and complex? 2. Give as well as take. This advice is really simple. It is so straightforward that any person can follow it. They can implement the change right now, here, today, from where I am sitting. I do not have to travel to a distant place. I do not have to learn a new language. We are accustomed to taking. We are helpless after all. We had to rely on our parents and caretakers for so long. It was not until many years passed after birth that we became an independent adult. Even then we have to restrain ourselves. We can't really be honest with the wife at home. We can't tell the boss at the office what we really think about them. We might be forced to endure the great embarrassment of going along with a farce started by the medical community, thinking that we can suddenly stop the spread of disease by covering our face or by taking mystery injections. We take so much, but we can also give. That is the way towards a loving relationship. Even if we are not feeling it, if we have no attachment towards a divine figure, if we gravitate towards the atheist side, we should at least show appreciation for what we have taken. The resources provided by nature were there long before our birth. We are making use of something that someone or some force placed here before us. Patram pushpam phalam toyam, yo me bhaktya prayachati, tad aham bhaktya upahritam, ashnami prayatatmanaha. Quote, if one offers me with love and devotion a leaf, a flower, fruit or water, I will accept it. Lord Krishna, Bhagavad-gita 9:26. If we give even a little, then the relationship forms. This is the beginning of the connection to the origin of everything. That connection is everything, because then the waves which were difficult to tolerate no longer become an issue. We can easily cross beyond the divine energy that is the material nature. We are acknowledging, respecting, receiving, and appreciating the assistance from the person who has the best intentions for every living being. Ye tu sarvani karmani, mayi sanyasya matpara, ananyenaiv yogena, mam dhyayanta upasate, tesham aham samuddharta, mrityu sansar sagarat, bhavamina chirat parth, mayya aveshit chetasam. Quote, for one who worships me, giving up all his activities unto me and being devoted to me without deviation, engaged in devotional service and always meditating upon me, who has fixed his mind upon me, O son of Pritha. For him I am the swift deliverer from the ocean of birth and death. Lord Krishna, Bhagavad-gita 12:6-7. In closing, swinging between gain and loss waves this boat in ocean to toss. Better to not try stopping, pursuit of perfection dropping, that only from higher force when extending, rescue from this misery unending, with even a little appreciation to give, transforming the way we live.